I'm telling you, the next video brought tears to my eyes, and for the very same reason every other video brought these tears before. It's a 15-plus-year-old video where we have a college student with the weirdest name I have yet to hear, Corpus Christi. I don't even know if that's a real name or a made-up nickname for his social life, though I'm sure back in 2010 people didn't really have social media lives. Anyways, he lives in a dorm room. Or should I say, he used to live in a dorm room. He must be old at this point, but back then, he had one heck of an unsettling experience that even I was left speechless by what he witnessed and caught on camera. And before you lose your patience, I will get right into it. He said that he had been hearing noises for quite some time, but he thought that they were all coming from neighbors, so the ghosts had something to prove right there. As the old man once said, if he isn't believing what he is hearing or seeing, then it will be fed right into him. While recording the noises, he stood up to tour the house and see if he could capture any paranormal activity. Though when he was getting up, the screen turned black for a glimpse, but maybe it was his hand covering the lens. It was weird. He starts walking around, and then he reaches the room where it all broke loose. I mean, it's not like he lives in a mansion that it would take him long to reach that room. Right in front of him, the mattress leaves gravity behind and floats before being dropped hard, almost as if someone was holding it. It gets even worse when the door begins to shake and bang on its own. It leaves the man with no choice but to flee. These are the type of videos I love to see, straight to the point and clear as day. Unlike me, maybe in my own takes, but that's a different conversation. The next video is like 2-in-1. It's a combo everyone would want to order, but unfortunately, it's not food, my friend, it's a video. The investigator, Ian, decided to conduct 2 different investigations in 2 separate locations, in one night and one video. Yeah, the man believes he is that tough, and yet he proved himself worthy, as he did eventually conduct the 2 investigations in one take. So, where would you like me to start? What positions do you usually prefer? The one where the man thinks he is surrounded by ghosts but isn't sure about it, or when he believes he is surrounded by ghosts also, but he is well assured as he sees them. The first place is called the Spirit Lake, where legend says a Native American maiden drowned centuries ago. It's a much more comfortable place to be around than the second one. Ian ventures his way through the lake. Not literally, though. He didn't swim through the lake like a duck. What I meant was that he began investigating and interrogating any spirit lingering around by using his EMF detector. The detector itself wasn't really needed here, because the spirits have made it clear from the very get-go that they are not messing around. Footsteps began surrounding Ian, but he never backed up. Then on the dock by the lake, he hears what sounds like something banging on the dock itself from underneath, and Ian still didn't back up. But when a maiden spirit made an apparition based on the man's call-outs, he definitely backed up and moved to the second place, which is Ferguson Cemetery, a graveyard said to harbor the ghost of a little boy and guarded by phantom black hounds. It didn't take long before the paranormal continued what it started with Ian in the first place. First, the knocks on the tree, which even got responsive when he asked the ghosts to knock on it 3 times as a response. To make matters even worse, the guy witnessed 3 different apparitions in this cemetery. One was for what looked like a phantom the size of a kid. The other was like a shadowy animal, and the third, I will leave that one for you to see.
This is what I'm seeing right now. Just to show you guys, I'm using all night vision. Even the flashlight is completely night vision. That's all the light that's coming from it. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the? I swear I just heard footsteps over here. Hello? Is there someone there? Just imagine seeing her lurking around the reeds over there. Eerily quiet. Whoa. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh, that startled the out of me. That's like a splash. Like, through the floor. Was that you? Could you do that again? Holy dude. What the? I am hearing thumping sounds below the dock. Something is underneath here. If you're down there, could you peek out and show yourself? Oh, dude, that gave me goosebumps. Whoa, what the? Holy! What was that? Dude, I don't know what that was, but that scared me. It's been pretty quiet. I haven't experienced anything since I got back up here. Splash sound again. I don't know what. It could just be fish. That sounds way too deliberate to be fish. I don't know. Like I said, it could be fish, it could be something. Did you hear that? That sounded like a woman. A woman. It was splashing and then I heard a woman cry. It was kind of in this area. Shh. What the heck was that? I just heard movement. Could have been the wind. It is getting windy out here. Whoa, what? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! What's that? All right, think about try a second one. See if I can get another response. Whoa. Response. What was that? That was like a knock on the tree. Right here. Is there someone here? Dang, man, that startled me. That was kind of loud. Could have been an animal, I guess. Whoa. Oh. That was here. That was this one this time. These trees are making noises. Was that one of the hounds? Oh my God. Okay, that's it. I'm done. That was terrifying. This spirit box really doesn't pick up on radio stations much, but even if it did, Why would there be dog sounds on the radio? That makes zero sense. Boy, that was mad weird. I wonder where these dogs came from and why they're here. I don't believe there's any burials of any animals here. It's quite bizarre. Oh, whoa, 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 what was that? Dude, I just see a pair of eyes over there. Hello? I wonder if that was him biting me. Oh. Dude, I just heard footsteps. Little footsteps coming this way. He is following me. Right now. Normally child spirits aren't scary, but I don't know. Something's different about this kid. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, there he is. He's behind that grave. Who's that one? Right there, towards the back. That tall one. He's behind there right now. I just saw him peek out.
It's almost as if these apparitions are like examples of what the stories of these places have talked about. Like every apparition, it links directly with the stories told about these places and their eerie reputation. Sometimes, ghosts might take it too personally with you, like if you just happen to exist in your own home and these ghosts decide they don't want you around, but you persist on not leaving, they would think of hurting you. But there are other layers to this as it stands out, like in the next video, where we have a man whose name is Nick and calls himself on his account Nicky without Minaj. This dude decided he wants to spend some time with his grandma. And no, not before she passes away. That wasn't in the script, but the lady, if I can call her that, is dealing with Alzheimer's, and since it's not safe to keep her alone at her age with such a condition, Nick decided to stay around with her for some time. Little did he know he was making a bad decision, and I know you might be thinking, based on her condition, that Nick's decision was wrong because she might have forgotten that he is her grandson and called the police on him, or maybe even worse, maybe she tried to attack him thinking he was an intruder. But nope, none of that, and I don't think she is in such a stage of Alzheimer's where she would do such a thing. The lady had nothing to do with the outcomes of Nick's decision, at least not directly, but as of late one night, he began noticing a weird shift in the dog's behaviors, as they began growling and fixating at absolutely nothing, right towards empty rooms. What made it even worse was the Roomba vacuum cleaner, you know, that vacuum cleaner that works on its own and is supposed to be smart. Yeah, it was not acting so smart in the videos Nick recorded, so even the viewers pointed out that its sensors should be directing it differently, like in one scene, when it fell off the edge of the staircase, but that was just the beginning of what I call a villain arc for that machine. As of one night, while Nick was alone, that Roomba began moving towards him. At first, he thought it was just doing its thing, cleaning, but then it began following him around until it stopped and flipped somehow in the air on its own. The scene was so terrifying that I won't consider buying one of those in the future.
So, I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there. Alright, so this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are. Genuinely. I mean, the significance of an angel falling and not legitimately anything else she has. And it was all. Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
I didn't mention anything about that falling angel statue, or as they call it, a figurine cherubic angel. Whatever, I think this grandma might have collected items that she shouldn't have. That's why I have opened a school called Never Use the Ouija Board in Your Own House. Maybe I'm lying here, and I haven't actually opened such a school, but at this point, I think I should consider such an option. Because I have been saying and advising against it for years that my voice almost changed. Anyways, one of the most unsettling experiences that you might go through in a haunted house, in my opinion, is hearing voices of people you know or live with in the same house when they are not even around. I have been through it before, so I know what I'm talking about. So here we have Ali, who is complaining about his haunted house after he used the Ouija board with his friend the other day. He's been experiencing more unsettling activities, such as small items being moved from their places, or the pillows being piled up in one area, or, for example, hanging the towels and then coming back only to find them on the floor. So the other night, while he was taking a shower, and a hot one, not because he was taking it with someone, but the water was running hot, or it should have been, but for some reason, the water just turned cold abruptly. When he goes to check the heater, the temperature is high enough to boil, so what the heck is going on? Well, Later that night, or maybe on a different day, he was sitting with his cat, Luna, before his wife returned home early. He welcomed her and called her name, but she never responded. After multiple call-outs, he goes to see why she isn't responding before he realizes that she isn't home to begin with. That was some sinister, ghostly work. The last shot when he was feeding his animals went unseen by Ali, but the security camera caught a ball rolling on its own.
This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. I honestly can't anymore. Literally mid-shower, the water goes completely ice cold. Ice cold. I'm going right into the boiler room. I'm going to show you guys exactly, because this has happened before. I'm going to the room with the water heater right now. And it's going to display the temperature on. Ice cold. I'm freezing right now. I had to leave my shower. Ice cold. Look at this. 110. I think that's in Fahrenheit. Approx water temperature 110. So why is my shower ice cold right now? I don't know if she likes me holding and putting her on camera like that. I wish I could talk to her and ask. Right? What? Boys? Kovu? Wait, why aren't you at work, babe? Emma! Did you finish early? This is the kind of stuff you have to deal with when you're married. Did you finish early? Babe? 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 Emma? Emma? Babe? Babe? Okay, I swear to God, Emma was just here and I heard her voice. She literally just called my name. What the? Emma! I literally just heard Emma shout my name, and then I came out and she wasn't even here, and I'm pretty sure I got that on camera. I'm going over the footage I filmed yesterday, and I don't know if you guys just caught that in the last clip, because I just caught that now as I'm editing. As I'm feeding all the pets the treats, literally every pet is around me. Thor's on the table, or behind the chair. Kovu is on the other side of the table. Other Kovu is begging for treats. Max is begging for treats. Luna's literally right there. Milo is right there. And Max is right there. And a ball, the green ball that we have, just rolls across the room. I don't know if you guys caught that. Rewatch that clip. I'm going to see if I can get the security footage for that as well and clip that in there. I'm like losing my mind right now. You only get one though, okay? You always try to get more. You only get one. Kovu, come here. Emma, just to show you guys I'm not crazy, Emma just sent me 2 texts saying, saying this shift is never going to end, so I'm not going crazy. Guys, I don't know what is happening right now, but I don't feel well. My head is spinning.
If I were to hear the voice of my wife while I'm alone, especially at night, I would most likely be getting to meet with my neighbors and make some new friendships, because the last thing I want is a ghost taking my wife's role. When I experienced such activity, luckily, I wasn't alone in the house. When a ghost is trying to scare you off and you won't give him the reaction he deeply desires, these ghosts would be pissed off. The next guy, for example, has pushed these ghosts to their absolute limits, so they had to take serious action against him, and the guy completely vanished after he uploaded the next 2 clips to his account. Pablo Rivero sounds like a famous actor, but he is not. This man was patrolling his night shift as a security guard when he began hearing weird noises coming from nearby. He rushed to investigate the source and found it. How smartly terrifying. It was coming from a small abandoned building. The logical approach for anyone at this point would be to try to take a peek at it without really putting yourself in a hazardous situation you can't handle. But this guy has a family to feed, though I'm not sure if he actually does. He entered the building, and his suspicions were true. The place is indeed haunted. The door and the ceiling were all rattling like crazy on their own. And each time it seems like it's getting more and more intense. Even the window itself was being banged on. But despite such a fearful moment, the man was acting as if he was watching a show he enjoys.
Son las 3:30 de la mañana. Salí por el motivo de hacer mi recorrido diario de la noche. Salí a hacer un recorrido y escuché un grito, así que me he resguardado acá adentro de la garita, por motivo de que escuché ruidos bastante de soberbios. Está sucediendo en este momento, así que no sé qué, no sé, señor supervisor, lo que tiene que hacer, porque lo que me pasó hace 24 horas está pasando medio paranormal esto. Así que voy a ir donde están los ruidos en este momento. Se está yendo de las manos esto que está sucediendo. No quiero perder el tema de la noción, pero realmente estoy medio paralizado con lo que viene sucediendo. Realmente directamente estoy cagado de miedo. Así que fue lo mismo de la madrugada, pero sin el tema del grito. Lo dejo a su virtud, los sonidos que está escuchando en este momento. Así que sigue el tema del... Voy a ignorar cada caso que hago porque estoy en mi mundo. Así que es medio algo paranormal esto. Anoche fue el tema del techo. Bueno, había mucho viento. En este momento está silencioso, calmo. Vamos a ver... Y esto sigue. Así que no quiero salir ni afuera. Mire, me he encerrado. Así que esperaré que pase esto mínimo 1 hora y tendré que salir a hacer mi recorrido de 1 hora y media más, 1 hora más, el tema de las máquinas, porque han dejado una bomba afuera y tengo preocupación de...
As I said, these ghosts were trying to put this man in a miserable situation, but instead, they had to put him out of his misery by taking him away. The guy has vanished completely, and it's been more than 2 years since he made these videos. It seems like being so chill is in fact very provocative, depending on what situation and what entities you're dealing with, like how chill I am with those who haven't subscribed or watched the next video on screen yet.